Energy Resources Limited, a company owned by Alhaji Indimi, runs 3 oil blocks. My submission on this matter is this. Let these oil blocks be revoked and redistributed in this country.
Also contributing to the debate, some lawmakers expressed their reservations over some sections of the bill.
It should have integrated in it an element that deals with punishment for those who continue after PIB to engage in pipeline vandalism, bunkering and the rest. This particular section gives the President of the Federal Republic awesome powers to unilaterally, without consideration, without any process, system or procedure, to grant oil or petroleum license.
The debate on the petroleum industry bill would be concluded on Thursday, but Nigerians and some lawmakers are concerned that the debate is focusing on issues based on ethnicity rather than looking at the bigger picture of producing a law which would sanitize the country's petroleum industry. From the National Assembly, Linda Akibe, Channels Television News.
Well, the Federal High Court in Abuja is reserving March the 21st for judgment on a motion on the infringement of fundamental human rights brought against the Senate President, the National Assembly, the Inspector General of Police and 6 others by the embattled head of the Pensions Reforms Task Team, Mr. Abdurrashid Maina. Mr. Maina is seeking 1.5 billion naira in compensation for psychological trauma and the embarrassment caused members of his family and himself by the warrant of arrest issued by the Inspector General of Police.
The duty of the court is to create the environment for fair hearing, and that's the duty of every adjudicatory panel, like the Senate Committee for investigating the pension regime. Even the warrant he wants to quash is a warrant to bring him to court to come and explain his position. So it's a contradiction in terms for him to be talking about the fair hearing, when, as a matter of fact, all that the Senate has done is to bring him to court to come and state his own side of the case. So that's the supreme irony. That's the point we wanted to make.
The Federal High Court sitting in Abuja has dismissed the suit filed by one Mr. Austin Ogionwo challenging the election of Mr. Siriake Dixon as governor of Bayelsa State. Delivering judgment on the suit, Justice Adamu Bello held that the plaintiff lacked the local standi to challenge the outcome of the primary election held on November the 19th, 2011, having failed to participate in the said election. The court also ruled that the People's Democratic Party has the right to conduct primary elections and also failed any candidate of its choice for the purpose of any general election. Mr. Ogionwo had approached the Federal High Court asking it to nullify the primary elections which produced Governor Siriake Dixon as the PDP's flag bearer in the 2012 February governorship election in Bayelsa State.
The beauty of this judgment is that it does not only comply with the provision of the law, but it is also founded on justice. There is nothing as beautiful as much as the court telling you that a man cannot lie against himself. So the court used his own saying to judge him. So it's nothing that it's quite a very good judgment.
The judgment of the Honorable Court this morning is a perfect one. My reaction is that this is a victory for democracy and the rule of law. When this gentleman brought his suit to court, we found everything that should make the suit not to be maintainable. We raised a lot of objections to the competence of the suit and jurisdiction of the Honorable Court to hear and determine them. In any case, this gentleman, this plaintiff who came to court, said that he, out of annoyance of things that angered him and numerous other aspirants, did not take part in the primary election of the party, of the PDP.
Well, the Imo State Deputy Governor, Judah Agbaso, is being investigated by the State House of Assembly over alleged embezzlement of funds totaling about 458 million naira. The Speaker of the House, Mr. Ben Wajimogu, told journalists in Owerri, the state capital, that the investigation followed a temporary report submitted by an ad hoc committee verifying the award of road contracts in some local government areas. A contractor handling some major road projects in the state allegedly told the committee that Mr. Agbaso, who was also doubling as the commissioner for works, demanded the sum of 458 million naira from him as gratification, with the promise of giving him more jobs. The deputy governor has, however, denied all the allegations, insisting that he never had any dealings with the said contractor. It appears the leadership crisis rocking the Ogun State House of Assembly, which led to the suspension of some members, has been resolved as the two factions involved are reported to have settled their differences. This development came to light after a meeting with the state governor, Ibikunle Amosun, where the aggrieved members agreed to work together. After the meeting, which lasted about 2 hours, the House Speaker, Suraj Adekunbi, and Remi Hassan apologized to the people of the state for letting them down, while the state governor, Ibikunle Amosun, described the resolution of the crisis as good for democracy.
To apologize on their behalf to the good people of Ogun State and to all lovers of democracy. This is Ogun State, the home of the Awolowo, the home of Obasanjo, the whole of Soyinka, of so many of these giants. So we cannot afford to descend, that low. We are sorry.
Thank you.
Well, we'll go back to the courts now. The Federal High Court sitting in Lagos has confirmed the Independent National Electoral Commission's power to deregister political parties in the country. Justice Okon Abang delivered the judgment today in a suit brought by the National Conscience Party, NCP, challenging INEC's power to deregister political parties. The NCP specifically challenged the provisions of the Electoral Act 2010, which empowers INEC to deregister political parties for failure to win presidential or governorship elections or a seat in the national or state houses of assembly. The development followed the decision of INEC to deregister 28 political parties last year. The parties, however, did not include the NCP, as the same court had restrained INEC from deregistering the party pending the hearing and final determination of the suit. Now, the All Progressives Congress seems to have taken its merger talks a step further with the launch of a new logo, slogan and motto. The Joint Merger Committee of the ACN, ANPP, APGA and CPC, with 9 of the progressive governors at the meeting in Abuja, unanimously agreed on the logo, slogan and motto. While the new slogan is changed, the party's motto is Justice, Peace and Unity. Its flag has a blue, green and red background with a broom at its white center. With this milestone, the party believes that it will be able to upstage the People's Democratic Party, which is the main target in 2015. Former Minister of Foreign Affairs and Chairman of the Joint Merger Committee, Tom Ikimi, along with 10 governors, unveiled the logo to the admiration of party supporters. Well, in part 2 after the break, Nobel laureate Professor Wole Soyinka wins first Obafemi Awolowo Foundation Leadership Prize. Stay with us.
It's a new dawn in Africa, and our enormous potential and opportunities are being harnessed by One Bank. One Bank stands strong as the bank of choice for Africans and Africa-related businesses. UBA, with a fast-growing presence across Africa and in key global financial centers. UBA has a wide range of innovative products and services in retail, wholesale, and commercial banking tailored to the needs of individuals and businesses in Africa, delivering convenience to customers and facilitating payments, remittances, trade, and economic development. United Bank for Africa. UBA is the one bank uniting African people and businesses with the world. So, make the wise choice today. Bank with UBA, Africa's global bank.
Darling, I am up for the